Okay. Anyway, let's get on with the show. So anyway, I'm very excited about this, and an idea was floated earlier that I wrote down, and and the idea was, what if I were to keep that set and that 60s costume and report on today's news as if it were 1969? Because I've already started to build a little bit of backstory for this thing. Um, and every time I think about it, I build a little bit more. Um, like almost like that I'm broadcasting from Apollo, uh, from the backup control room of Apollo program, the one buried deep inside, not Cheyenne Mountain, because everybody knows where it is. It's a little chamber that's 2 miles inside of some undisclosed mountain in the Rocky Mountains. But but I went down there in 1969 and heard a few noises, and I have not been up since. It's still 1969 down there. We'll show you one more time just because I want to show off the incredible work that they did here. Um, is it? Oh, sorry. It's you. Uh, and oh, Jackass Flats. That's tempting. That's tempting. But the idea, and this is what I've been struggling with, just kind of blabbing for the last hour. Uh, the idea that I could use this picture frame to be kind of the voice of the space age, and and look at um, and look at what's happening in the world today from that perspective. I just think that's a freaking grand idea. I really do. And again and again and again, I keep coming back to, oh well, that was all just a fantasy. It was all just a dream. You know, it's just, you're deluded. You grew up with it like everybody else. Like, and then I just have to stop myself. We did it. We went 6 times. We got bored. Reason I'm pissed off is not even because of moon landing conspiracy guys. I'm pissed off because I'm not broadcasting this show from Ganymede. That's why I'm pissed off. This show should be coming to you from the moons of Jupiter, or a Mars base or something. That's the thing that pisses me off. And we could have done it. Um, we did it. I don't know what failed, but honestly, if you look at the space age and everything that got achieved by, not just by NASA, but everything in that period, uh, if you look at that and you look at that as part of American history, it's honest to God like watching a rocket go right off the pad and then just start hovering, and then just slowly slide back down and go boom. You know, it's like just didn't make it, just didn't have escape velocity. It didn't happen. Um, Dave Big Boutte mentions we went to the moon 9 times. That's correct. Uh, we went on Apollo 8, Apollo 10, no landers, no lander on 8, lander on 10, but didn't land. We went 8, 10, 11 landed, 12 landed, 13 went to the moon and came around again, 14 landed, 15, 16, 17 all landed. Uh, and we had Apollo 20 was a little up in the air, but 18 and 19, they're just ready to go. They're ready to go. They just, can you imagine being somebody like Fred Hayes, um, who is the lunar module pilot, I think, on 13? And he's been given command of Apollo 18 or 19, one of those two. So you had to sit there and watch the moon go by and make it back home, and you don't get to land on the moon, but you can go back again as commander in Apollo 19 or 18. And then somebody has to call you and say, Freddie, mission's been scrubbed. Why? What failed? we did is what failed. That's what failed. Martin Archer says he wants to ask his Apollo question now. Why don't you ask it now, Martin, and then I'll do an hour from the comments. I'm still trying to catch up on sleep, so fire away. And we're just going to do that one from the live stream, and then we'll go over to BillWhittle.com. But anyway, I'm very, very excited about this. Yeah, that's what it was. Congress failed. That's a lot of it. He's typing. No problem. Take your time. That idea is still alive. I was talking with Natasha about this earlier today. It's almost like if that set is a bomb shelter or a bunker or something like that. I like the idea that the spirit of space age, spirit of Apollo, went down into this mountain, and it's still there, and somebody is keeping the flame. It makes me feel an awful lot like that knight at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's like somebody's got to guard this thing, this idea. Anyway,